Hi guys, how are you? This is Sumit Gupta from Hansel Estate. Welcome to 2024. I wish you a very happy new year. Uh, Today, this is our first video. This is my first video for the year, and I'm gonna start a new series today, which is called Case Studies. This is about the people who we had helped or tried to help in past in their property journey. So I'm gonna start with a case study case for a customer who we tried to help in 2021, late 2021, and they were looking to buy their first home. Wonderful people, wonderful, amazing family. Came to know more about them in person later on. They came through a referral to one of my friend. We helped their daughter to find their first home at that time, and they were very happy, and they referred their friend to us. Uh, so this couple were like they were very new into the property journey. They're more into, okay, what should buy, what's their budget, they have number of questions. So after having a detailed discussion over the phone with them, we understood that their budget is around 700. They're looking to buy something in Schofield or nearby Schofield area, and they want minimum three bedrooms in the property. So it can be three-bedroom apartment, townhouse, or house and land. All right, we only deal in brand new properties, so that's what we try to help them with. Try to help them at the moment with. Uh, so after a lot of contemplation and discussion, we shortlisted a three-bedroom apartment which was under construction, going to be delivered in next 6 months, which was matching the timeline. And they said, okay, 6 to 8 months, and they said, okay, we would like to consider that. They loved the floor plan and everything. But after a couple of weeks, they came back to me and they said, Sumit, we don't want apartment. That's fine. I said, okay, that's fine. What you're looking for? And they said, we're looking for house and land. I said, but in your budget, it's very difficult to find house and land in this area. And I think you'll be under financial distress if you go through that journey. However, they decided to go with the house and land package at that time. Their budget was around 700, but they said, okay, look, for house and land, they will increase. I said, okay, that's fine. They finally able to shortlist a piece of land in the suburb. I'm not going to mention the suburbs anymore, so that this post can be completely anonymous. My main purpose is that we all that what sort of decisions can get you into what kind of situation, and probably some people can relate and learn from that. So they book a piece of land in the suburb, which was matching their all the requirements, including the Indian Vastu, which a lot of Indians look at, that which includes direction, size, and everything. And then they booked the property, and that's fine. Means I ran into them with a couple of times more over a period of last 1 or 2 years, and we became a good friend. I ran into them again last week, and I was surprised. They said that they haven't started construction yet on that property, on that land. They are still living in a two-bedroom apartment. The land got registered in late 2022. So it means they have been paying the EMI for last 12 months or more. And with the current interest rate, at that time they were able to lock the interest rate for some amount or 2 point something, but now the interest rate is variable. So the current interest rate is 6% something, and they're also paying the rent on their current apartment they're living in. Now, long story short, they have got the capital growth on that piece of land of around $50,000 to $60,000. All right, for they bought it for around $800,000. So that's all right. So they got the gap. But look at this way: they had paid almost more than half of that amount capital growth already in interest paying to the bank. Having said that, they're still paying the monthly rent on the property they're living in. Now, what it tells me, I asked them that if that was a situation, why did you go for the land? Why didn't you go for something which you could afford at that time? And they told me, Sumit, it was more of a family decision and also a peer pressure. Now the key here is peer pressure, because when we look our friends and colleagues are buying big property, we also want to do the same. When we saw the capital growth in their property, we also want to experience the same. But having said that, not everybody is in the same situation. Now let me give an example of the capital growth. The land they bought got a capital growth of $50,000 to $60,000 in last 1.5 or 2 years, whereas the apartment which they opt out, they didn't buy, has seen the capital growth of $80,000. Now I'm not saying that it's generalized. Every apartment, every piece of property, a townhouse or house and land has different variables playing. Nobody has a crystal ball which can tell how much capital growth a particular property gonna get. But there are few factors which should always be considered, and these factors are different for each type of property. Okay, so we help our clients to find such project. We try to help our clients with the basic research, suburb profiling, location and everything, and based on that I recommended those apartments to him. But anyway, he didn't pick it up. I respected his decision, but based on this small stories, this small case, I would like to request the first home buyers 5 things, to consider 5 things before they make their decision. First, don't get into the peer pressure. Your situation is different from your friends and colleagues. You may be able to afford bigger or smaller property only as compared to what your friends and colleagues have bought. So think about your own situation. Don't think what others are thinking about your decision. Because when you are in a financial stress, nobody is going to come and help you. You are the one who has to go through that journey on your own. Number 2, buy something which matches your lifestyle, which matches your affordability, which matches which can give you the balance of life and work, between life and work. Because if you buy something which is very far from the amenities and you have to go to the city 3 times a week, or if you have a kids who need to be dropped to the school every day, then you need a location which matches these requirements. If you don't do that, in long run you will be stressed out. I have seen many people who have bought property in suburbs like Marsden Park. Now many people have moved there, but because the job requires now after COVID, when the work from home culture has been reduced, now they have to go to the work city 3 times a week or 4 times a week, and now they're in distress. And so you can buy a property there as an investment, but if you're a first home buyer and if you want to live in your own home, look at those factors. Number three, if whatever the property you go for, apartment, house or house and land or established house, the quality of built is very important. Fourth, do the suburb analysis. What sort of project government is planning? What sort of big infrastructure are coming within 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer and 5 kilometer of that? How many jobs are being created? Because those are the factors which will affect the capital growth in future. And if you look at those factors, there are few more factors which has to be considered, and for that we do seminars and information session time to time. Please join us if you want to. But those factors will tell you what are the prospects of capital growth, and if you do that analysis right, you may be able to get more capital growth in your even in a smaller property than a big piece of land. Okay, so please consider that. And lastly, and above all, look for a demography where you're comfortable with, because if you're going to live in that house, you are not just getting buying a piece of land, you're also buying a space, your own space within a neighborhood. All right, and that is very important especially for a family. So these are my 5 tips for the first home buyers from the case study which we just mentioned. We're going to bring more case studies in future. Every week or every couple of weeks, we're going to bring one case study about the people we try to help and helped in past. And from their experience, we hope you would like to, you will get something out of it and you will make a better decision in your property journey. This is Sumit Gupta from Hansel Estate. Have a good day, take care, and wish you a very happy new year once again. Take care, bye-bye.